you doing?
Yo. Charlene, I just put you on mute just so you're aware. Okay, beautiful. So let's start today's practice in a 2-block heart opener. For those of you who might be watching the recording of this, if you don't have any blocks, you can always use a pillow or even a folded blanket, like so, either long ways on the mat where you will lie your whole spine over it, or if you are open to it, your spine is available to it. Oh, my little kitty is going to be playing with the plants in the back there. You can roll it up a little bit, that blanket, and put that right underneath the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And that way, shoulder blades themselves fall on the ground. You can open your arms and you get this nice expansion through the front of your chest. But if you do have your blocks, we will start in that 2-block heart opener. So you want to set up your block so that there's this space between the blocks. That's where your shoulder blades will fall. And then this first block, if you're feeling really open in your spine, I doubt anyone's going to start off this way, but you could start it at the highest height. You could do it at the second height or even at the lowest height. You want this top edge of the block, which you're going to be having the blocks behind you. So the top edge is the one that's facing away from you. And you want that top edge of the block to actually come right about to like the brow line or the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. So that when you come down, your shoulder blades fall right in this empty space, and that other block can support your head. And you can have that second block under your head at any height that works for you. Right now I have it at the second height. I could also turn it down a height, which actually lowers my head and lifts me more through my chest. So it creates just a teeny bit of extra openness through my heart, my spine. So you decide and find, it might take a little exploration to find the most comfortable position for you. You want to feel that it is opening you, it's creating an expansion, but it's not causing any pinching or pain in your low back. Now, if you are on the bottom level of this block under your spine and it still feels pretty tight in your low back, you can always keep your knees bent. If that still doesn't do it, you might lift your hips and slide your blanket or a towel or pillow underneath your hips. So you create a little bit of lift. There's not as big of an arch in your low spine. Okay, so you find the most comfortable position for your body this morning. Beautiful. Just gonna turn some music on. And as you are finding yourself there, starting to come into your breath, each breath becoming a little bit longer, a little bit fuller than the last. A little bit longer, a little bit fuller than the last. Feeling your breath beginning in your deep belly and creating an expansion in your low back. And then sensing that rise all the way up to fill your rib cage, all your front ribs, side ribs, and your back ribs are even breathing down into the block or whatever prop you've placed underneath your spine. And then from there it rises to fill your collarbone, breastbone, even like your side armpits, and the space. Breathe your back ribs into the block or the ground. Sensing how when you it naturally a wider expansion through the front of your heart. Your shoulders pouring like waterfalls towards the ground. You might even deepen this opening through your upper spine, upper chest by bringing your arms overhead and interlacing, or rather holding onto opposite elbow with opposite hand, crossing your forearms. Just letting your forearms fall towards the ground over your head. That is an option, depending on how that feels in your spine. And continuing with these full breaths, back ribs, breathing open and down. Lift you, open you. Switch the cross of your forearms if you did take that option. Let your arms get a little heavier, dropping forward. And another breath here into back ribs, into your armpit, your heart. If your arms are overhead, you'll exhale, release them down by your sides. If your legs are extended out long, you'll slowly bend one knee and then the other, placing your feet to the ground. And then sending your knees over to one side as you slowly start to roll over. Coming off of the blocks, reach behind you with your hand and just move the blocks off of the mat so that you can roll back onto a flat spine now. Knees bent, feet on the ground. Lift your hips, send your tailbone lengthening towards your heels so your low spine is long, and then set your hips down. And just take a couple breaths here. Feeling your spine reconnect. And now, draw your right knee into your chest. Right hand on your knee, open your knee. It's almost like you're going into a half happy baby. You open your knee over your right shoulder towards the back right corner of the room. With your hand on your knee, just gently pulling your knee down towards the ground. And then actually come into a half happy baby. So lifting your heel over your knee, grabbing the pinky side edge of your foot, and then pulling down from there. And send your breath down beyond your lungs, down into belly, down into the hips, your side. Good. And then bringing your ankle all the way across and cross it over your left thigh. And then thread the needle, drawing your legs in towards your back. Flexing both feet. You might give a little bit of rocking side to side, just real slow. right hand grabs pinky side edge of your left foot to the mat. Open your knees. Half happy baby. Good. Hug your knee center. Extend your left leg out long onto the mat and twist. Pulling your knee all the way over into the mat. You can find a goalpost arm with your right arm. Maybe even turn your gaze. Good. Lifting back to center. Set your right foot down onto the mat. Draw your left knee. Opening your knee for your left shoulder. Pausing here, just first hugging down on your knee. Breathe into this healthy compression right now. And then find a flat. Grabbing thread the needle, pulling ankle across to your right side, and then drawing both legs together. Maybe rock, nice and slow. Happy baby. Right foot down, left ankle over knee. Happy baby. Good. Hug knees, extend right leg out. Twist. Breathe through your spine. Especially those that connect your back ribs through your spine. Good. Lifting the knees, and this time drop both knees into your chest. Find one of your blocks and take it in between your thighs, just above your knees. And then flex your feet and move your knees directly over your head, with your shins parallel to the ground, so you create like a 90-degree angle in your legs. Arms by your side. Push your feet into an imaginary wall of your feet that grounds your deep belly muscles down towards your low back. Good. Now extending your legs straight up towards the sky. Start to lower your heels towards the front of your mat any amount that keeps your low back grounded down. Now really hug the block and send the block using your inner thighs towards the front of your mat. Good. Inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up and overhead. Feel the length of your side body. Deep inhale. Exhale, curl your chest, arms by your side, knees into your chest. Inhale, extend all the way up. Exhale, curl in. Keep your low back grounded. Your legs only reach out to a height that allows for that connection of both spine. Now, as you're moving through this, if you're finding your neck is a little tense right now, hands can come behind your head. Just make sure you keep your elbows open out wide. So you're not lifting by pulling your elbows up, but you're lifting by actually lifting through your heart and thighs coming together. Keep moving with your breath. Maybe you can even try to lift your tailbone off the ground as you curl in. Two more. Good. And then remove the block. Wrap your arms around your shins, curl into a small ball. And then exhale, relax your chest down, arms out to a T, both knees drop over to the left side. You might even take your left hand on your top knee to help encourage that a little deeper. Exhale, melt your right shoulder blade into the ground. Good, and then lifting your knees, center, go over to the other side. Exhale, melting your back into the ground. Now just continue to roll all the way over onto your right side so you kind of end up in the fetal position and then slowly pressing yourself up. Find downward facing dog. So coming into it nice and easy. It's your first one and it's still the beginning of your practice. So coming in slowly, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, maybe sending your hips side to side, pedaling through your legs, moving through your head and your neck. Just really coming into this animal body that you inhabit. Letting it open. We will be the change. And finish with any movement that you're desiring. And then come into a neutral dog. We will be. Moving your breath, starting to find ujjayi. Letting it slide against the back of your throat. Good. Inhale a tie to your toes. Bend your knees a lot. Gaze between your thumbs. Step your right foot all the way through between your hands. Drop your back knee down, kind of sending your heel backward as you do. For long to your front thigh. And then inhale, squeezing your arms forward and up. Breathe up, touch your palm, breathe, teeny back bend, root into your front heel. And then exhale, hands to the ground. Lift your back knee. Spin your back heel down, turn towards the left, Skandasana. You stay bent in your right knee to begin. Hands right under your shoulders. And then switch, bend into your left knee, right leg straight. Your hips are reaching straight back behind you. Good, and then keep turning, go all the way around towards the back of your mat. Send your right heel back, back, back as you set your knee down. And then root into your front heel as you lift up. Gaze up. Your thighs coming in to lift you more for your spine. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Lift back knee. Skandasana, first stay bent in your left knee. Same leg. And then switch to the right. Turn towards the front of your mat. Step to the top of your mat. Heart forward. Exhale, hold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, on top. Tiny back bend. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, heart forward. Step your right leg back. Sending that heel backward, that knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend your elbows to shoulder height. Cross right arm over left. Inhale, lift the arm straight up. Towards the side, press your forearms up, up, up. Elbows to your chest. Unwind your arms, circling out and up. And then exhale, hands down. You and me. Lift your back knee, Skandasana, turn to the right. Stay bent in your front knee. Maybe your back toes turn up to the sky if you want to go deeper. You might sink your hips further towards the ground. And then bend into your right knee. So again, your front toes can either stay down or they can turn up with your hips sinking. Good, shifting again towards the front of your mat. Turn forward. And then step back to plank pose. Full breath, rock heart forward. Exhale. Exhale, bend your elbows straight back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, lifting. Exhale, press back. Adho. Inhale, lifting your right leg. Bend your knee, open your hip towards the right side of the room. Take big hip circles, so pull your right knee out towards the right side and then drop it down past your left knee and then back opening to the side. Big circles. Gonna go in the opposite direction. Down past left knee, out to the right, up to the sky. Good, open. Straighten your leg, turn hip down, rock forward, step forward. Back knee down, wiggling it back as you do so, rise up. Bend your elbows shoulder height. Cross left arm over right. Inhale, floating arms straight up, root into your front heel, keep lifting up out of your pelvis. Lean back in your upper spine. And then exhale, elbows. Unwind your arms circling out and up. Exhale, hands. Tuck back toes. Lift back knees. Standasana. Stay bent in your right knee. Maybe back toes to the sky. Switch. Full breath. Exhale, rock towards the front of your mat. Turn forward, step to plank. Inhale. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha. Open a little more through your heart. Exhale, press back. Adho. Left leg right. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Big hip circles. Pulling to the left. Down past right knee. Up to the side. Opposite direction. Straighten your leg. Turn hip down. Rock forward. Both feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthening heart forward. Look your feet a little wider than your hips. Now, you can bend your knees as much as you need to, and you can either take the right hand directly underneath your chest, or finding your hand on a block at any height of that block. Right hand right underneath your chest block. Left hand comes onto your sacrum. Inhale, breathing your heart forward. Exhale, bend your right knee and turn your chest open towards the right side. So now even with your right knee bent, you can still kind of pull that outer right hip back a little bit. And then maybe your left hand stays on your sacrum or your top arm extends. Might also feel good that top arm around your back and actually hold onto your right hip. And if you do so, you can actually use your hand on your hip to keep sliding it back. Your whole right side stays really long. And then slowly unwinding that top arm, coming back to center. Switching your hands, this time left hand on the block. Bend into your left knee. Okay, right hand onto your sacrum. As you twist open, keep pulling your left hip towards the back of your mat. Use the placement of your arm, whether you hand on sacrum, arm extend, or you can one more breath. Unwind your arms, turn your chest down, hand down. Remove the block, lifting through your heart. Reach hands to the backs of your calves. And exhale, pull belly towards thighs, chest towards the earth. Give your head a little shake. No. Take it yes. And then go in circles. One direction and the other. Good. And then just go straight to stillness. Just stop. Head gradually come to stillness. Shoulders away from your ears, sides of neck long. Extra little hug back on your legs, pulling heart down. Good. Hands to your shins. Lift your heart halfway. And heel toe feet together. Bend your knees. Plant your hands. Step your right leg straight. Little bend of your back knee. Rise to crescent pose. Good. Send your tailbone down, pubic bone lifting. Turn palms forward, bend your elbows to shoulder. Cross your right arm over your left. Good. Inhale, floating your arms straight up towards the sky. Send your outer left hip back. Tiny back bend, maybe a little bigger this way. And elbows to your chest. Slowly unwind your arms, circle out left. And now exhale, twist open to the left. Arms to it. Then reach back through your left fingers. Like you could touch the back wall. And then take that back hand either onto your right thigh, or, which is your back thigh, or onto your sacrum. Either one is great. Turn front palm up, reach that front arm up to the sky, and take a twisted reverse warrior. Okay, from here, start to hinge forward. Bend that right elbow, hook it outside of your left knee. Back leg becomes really strong and straight now. Lift up out of your pelvis a little bit, and then bring your hands together for your heart. Breathing belly, chest away from your thigh. Hugging that outer left hip in. Good, one more breath here. Slowly unwind, come into Skandasana. So send your back heel down, turn to the right, drop your hips down, back toes might go to the sky. And then switch sides, bend into your left knee. Right toes might turn up to the sky. Good, shifting forward once again. Step to plank. Chaturanga. Urdhva. Adho Mukha. Right leg rises, inhale. Bend your knee, open your hip. Big hip circle out to the right. Past your other knee. Back open to the sky. Drop your foot behind your buttock a little more. And then step through between your legs. Crescent pose, rising up. Then tailbone down. Bend elbows, shoulder height. Left arm over right. Inhale, floating arms straight up. From about your top ribs, all the way to your collarbones, lift straight up to the sky. And then from there, start to lean. Good, elbows to chest. Unwind your arms, circling out. Twist open to the right, pulling your outer right hip back, arms to a T. Twisted reverse warrior. Back hand either to back thigh or sacrum. Front arm up to the sky. Good. Coming into the twist. Hinge forward. Hook your elbow. Palms together. One more breath here. Skandasana. Unwind. Center. Turn to the left. Sit your hips down.
might extend right arm in front of knee, left arm to the side. Switch sides. Returning towards the front of your mat. Step your back foot to the top. Lengthening heart long forward. Heel toe feet wider than your head. Good. Grab a hold of your big toes with peace. Inhale, lengthen heart forward. Rock more weight towards the ball mounds of your feet. And exhale, pull back. Drop your heart. Sides of your neck long and spacious. You need to give a little wiggle in your head to find that you can. Shoulders away from you. Breathe through the backs of your thighs. And let that pour down the side of your thigh. One more little extra pull back on your toes. Good. Inhale, lift your heart. Unhook your toes. Heel toe your feet. All the way to okay, Utkatasana. Getting your hips away to your chair pose. Lifting your heart. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up. And elbow down, hips forward, lift your heart. Little back bend. Exhale, thumbs. Hands to your heart. Full breath in. Full breath out. Arms by your sides. Inhale, Utkatasana, sitting hips back, lifting. Exhale, twist over to the right side, hooking your elbow. Maybe you find wings as you press the back of your arm into your outer knee and turn open. Breathe a lot into your back ribs, especially those left back ribs. Hips further back, heart further forward. One more breath here. On your exhale, hands together, unwind. Go right over to the other side. Maybe wings spread. Breathe. Back, right ribs. Good. Hands together. Unwind. Fold center. Straighten your legs. Bow your heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Plant hands, step right leg back. Good, a little bend into your front knee. Take either blocks underneath your hands, or you can have your hands on the ground. Bend a little bit deeper into your front knee, but feel your back thigh is almost resisting it. So as you bend into your front knee, your back thigh is like pushing back, back, back. Lift through your heart, inhale, and then exhale, straighten your front leg, send your hips back, and fold over your leg. Now do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend, but resist with your back thigh, pressing back. Lift through your heart. Exhale, keep pressing your back thigh back. Send your outer left hip back as you fold. Okay, one more time, bend. Exhale, press back. Pause. Now, taking your hands, whether on blocks or floor, walk them as far out in front of you as you can find. Keep sending outer left hip back. Side ribs getting super long, spacious. Side armpits, side shoulders, super long, spacious. Breathe. Crown of head lengthening towards the space between your hands. Another breath. Bend into your front knee. Hands stay reaching out in front of you. Little bend of your back knee. Inhale. Exhale, press off. Come to stand on that left leg. Now your right toes, right hip, right knee, point straight down towards the ground. Good. First, lift your chest center. Heart breathing forward. Feel your standing thigh, your left thigh, pressing back. Another breath. And exhale, bow, standing smooth. One more breath here. Good. Bend your back knee, pull it in towards your chest, and step your right foot down next to your left. Inhale, lengthening your heart forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. And just feel the difference right now. Take any movements you might need to. Feel the difference between left and right leg, left and right hip. And then inhale, lifting your heart, bending your knees, stepping your left leg straight. Hands on blocks or floor, right underneath your shoulders to begin. So already you start to feel that strong strength in your back thigh, so that when you start to bend a little bit deeper into your front knee, there's that resistance. Lift through your heart, and then exhale, straighten your front leg and forward. 2 more times. Resist with your back thigh, pushing back as you bend into your front knee. Lift your heart. Exhale, outer right hip slides back. One more time. Bend. Exhale, straighten and fold. Pause. Walking your hands way out. Super long and spacious from hips to ribs to shoulders to fingers. Gaze forward, bend into your front knee, little bend of back knee, inhale, exhale to press off. First start with heart pulling forward, back toes, back hip, point straight towards the ground. Now exhale, standing up. One more breath here. Pulling your back knee in. Both feet step at the top. Inhale, lengthen heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift through your heart. Bend your knees. Hands by the sides of your ankles. Step your right leg straight. Lifting through your heart. Bend a little bit into your front knee, lift through your heart. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Now inhale, lengthening heart forward. Bend a little bit into your front knee. And step your back foot up like 6 inches, no more. Inhale, lifting your heart. And now bring one of your blocks right inside of your right ankle. Right inside of your right ankle. You can also do this just outside of your left ankle. It's going to be a little bit deeper, so your choice. Right hand on the block. And the block can be at any height. You can also have hand on the ground, or if you don't have a block, your hand can be on your shin, just below your knee. Okay? So left hand comes onto your sacrum. And then feel with that left hand. Do you have a flat sacrum? The back of your pelvis is nice and flat. You find that. And then pushing into this front big toe mound, sending your outer left hip back, heart forward. Lifting your chest, and then start to turn your ribs open to the left side. Hand can either stay on your sacrum, or your arm can extend to the side. Full breath. Exhale, close this arm down. Lift through your heart. Now, spin your back heel down, turn towards the right, come into a wide leg forward fold. And you can kind of heel toe your feet a little bit wider as you find that. Lift through your heart and exhale, bow. Slide your hands back. Think chaturanga arms. Drop your head.
And so you are the perfect poison, pressing palms placid and purple, choking poetry.
Inhale, lifting through your heart. Turn your heels slightly in, toes slightly out, and then deep bend into your right knee. Left leg straight, skandasana.
Yes.
Maybe you sink even a little bit deeper now. Maybe you spread your arms wide. You might even take the full bind, wrapping your right arm around the front of your shin, clasping your hands behind your back.
I drink you in.
One more breath.
And begin.
Going over to the other side, release the bind. Bend into your right or your left knee, right leg straight. Take any version of skandasana. So your toes can be down, lifted, arms extend. You might even find the bind.
It's time we learn to think of the shadows.
Come all the way to face the front of your mat once again. Now from here, plant your palms on the mat, so move blocks if you still have them. Palms flat. We're gonna lift back to a three-leg dog. Your left leg, which is your front leg, is the one swinging back and up into that three-leg dog. Swing back and up, three-leg dog. Bend your knee, open your hip.
The ground and all
Big hip circles. Good. If you're feeling ready and open for it, your spine says yes to it. You can find wild thing, dropping your foot behind you, opening your heart. Really focus on the opening through the front hip, thigh, belly. Good. Coming out of wild thing if you took it. Back to three-leg dog. And stepping your foot all the way through between your hands. Both feet to the top. Inhale, lengthen heart forward. Exhale. Inhale, heart forward. And please plant hands outside of your ankle. That left leg. Maybe blocks underneath your hands if you can. Bend into your front knee, into your heart. Exhale, straight to front leg. Bend into your front knee. Step those back toes up, that back foot up about 6 inches, no more. Inhale, lifting through your heart. Okay, feel your spine long, flat. Feel your outer right hip sliding towards the back of your mat. And then find a block inside or outside for greater intensity of your writing. Left hand on the block, heart still breathing forward. So you want to have the block at a height that allows your chest to lift away from the ground. Right hand comes onto your sacrum. Breathe heart forward, right hip back, and then feel how long you are in your side waist. Maintain that length as you twist open. Right arm can extend to the sky. Parivrita Trikonasana. Full breath. Exhale, hand releases down. Bend into your front knee. Quarter turn to the left. Wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lengthening heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting through your heart. Toes slightly out, heels slightly in. Deep bend into your left knee, Skandasana. So hands right under shoulders, maybe front toes stay down, maybe they turn up to the sky, maybe your arms spread, maybe you find a bind. And if you feel like you could go even deeper, you can actually set your hips down behind you, grab your shin with your right hand, and then go into a side bend. Left arm overhead, reaching towards your right toes. Do not worry about getting there, just giving you all the options. If you are here, you can kind of press your shin into that right hand a little bit. It'll give you a little extra opening. Good, and then rising up, everyone switching over to the other side, whatever that looks like for you. Good. And then lifting, returning to face the front of your mat once again. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lifting through your heart. Exhale, fold over your legs. Good. Inhale, lift through your heart. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step your right leg straight back. Blocks underneath your hands if you were using them before. Bend a little bit into your front knee, lift through your heart. Exhale, send your hips back, straighten your front. Okay, here we go. So, rebend into your front knee, heart forward. Move your blocks way out in front of you. Press off, glide forward, come into that prep of standing split. Okay, lift your chest. Now, right hand comes underneath your chest, whether you're on block or floor, and you can have the height of the block be accommodating so that you're not dumping towards the ground, but you're actually lifted and long. And then bring your left hand onto your sacrum. Now, your standing thigh, again, feel it pressing back. Your outer hips slide back. And then from here, start to twist open towards the left. Left arm can extend to the sky. Full breath here. Exhale, set your back toes down, turn to the right. Skandasana, go all the way, bend into your right knee. Take any variation of that. Good, rising, switching sides, Skandasana. Good, turning towards the front of your mat. Stepping back, downward dog. Right leg rises. Bend your knee, open your hip. Good, big circles in your hip. Good, you might come into wild thing, dropping your foot behind you, opening through your heart. Hand down, return, and step your right leg through between your hands. Find the blocks underneath your hands again. Bend into your front knee, lift through your heart. Exhale, straighten and fold over your leg. Good, reaching your hands way out in front of you. Rebend into your front knee, press off, glide, heart forward. Back toes, back hip, point straight down. Left block underneath your chest, left hand underneath your chest. Right hand onto your sacrum. Breathe your heart forward. And then exhale, start to twist it. Hand can stay on sacrum or arm can extend to the sky. Start to drop your back toes down. Turn towards the left, Skandasana, bend into your left knee. Right leg straight, any variation. Switching to the other side. Good. And then come right through center and help yourself to come all the way down onto the ground, extending your legs out. Toes, knees point straight up towards the sky. Inhale, floating your arms straight up. Exhale, pitching your chest forward. Hands release, shoulder distance apart in front of you. Notice what just happened with your legs. Some of us have a tendency towards internal rotation where your toes, your knees start to turn in. So if you can get them to point straight up towards the sky. There's others of us who are more external rotation, same thing. And you find that neutral position with your legs. Inhale here, and then exhale, walking yourself forward a little bit more. Maybe you can always stay right where you are. Maybe you come to forearms. You can also take one of your blocks and rest your head. Your legs remain slightly active. Feet flexed, toes up to the sky. Slowly starting to rise. Okay, taking your hands inside of your knees, kind of holding around the back of your thigh. Lean your chest back. Now you're gonna use your arms to pull your legs back. So you're not using your hips or your thighs or your knees, but you're using your arms to pull your knees to bend and your feet come together. Into a butterfly position. You can give a little rocking side to side, which one is fun, playful, but two, it's actually helping you to access a deeper point in your hip flexor, in your hip joint. Okay. Okay, hands holding either onto your big toes, or you can also hold onto your ankles, shins. Inhale, lifting through your heart, really roll your shoulder heads back. You're nice and spacious through your collarbones. And then exhale, pulling your chest forward, your elbows bend over the tops of your thighs, and then round. Scoop belly towards spine, tuck chin towards chest, drop your third eye towards your big toes. You might even find that physical connection. If not, find the energetic connection of third eye to big toes. Slowly rising back up. Now hugging your knees together. Feet step on the mat, slightly wider than your hips. Hands can support behind you. Start to send your knees side to side, just like windshield wipers, side to side. anytime your knees fall over to the left, you'll leave them there. Now we're looking for a stretch from your right hip through your right thigh to your right knee. So you might wiggle that right foot further out to the right. You might even kind of pull your heel towards your hip. You might even cross your left ankle on top of that knee. And you might also walk yourself back, coming down onto your forearms or even lying all the way down on your spine, on your back. So choose the placement that is best for your body. And send your breath down into your thigh. Slowly starting to rise up out of this. If you did lie all the way down, you can kind of lean over to your left side, rise up. And then take that right foot, bring it all the way around, stepping outside of your left knee. Pulling your left heel closer towards your right hip so that that left knee actually starts to point directly forward. You can also, if both sit bones aren't rooting down, you can take that left leg and extend it straight out in front of you. So both options work. Okay. Inhale, floating your arms straight up towards the sky. Twisting open to the right side, hook your elbow, and kind of walk your knee up the back of your arm, almost like towards your outer shoulder. But then lift through your spine. Press arm and knee together. Turn open. If you want to get a little more open in that back right shoulder, you can take your arm wrapping around your back, finding the back. Full breath. Exhale, slowly unwind, and then keep going, keep turning to the left. Plant your hands down and bow. And kind of use this to get really spacious and open through all of these back right tissues especially. Kind of like round and press into them. You might even find a little bit of movement. Just to open and then stretch those tissues a little more. And then lifting up to sit. Come into a double pigeon. Your right ankle is already on top, so cross it over your left knee. You can also place a block if there's a lot of space between your foot and this right knee. You can also place a block there. Otherwise, pressing your right knee down towards your heel. Both shins are parallel to the front edge of your mat. Fingertips supporting out towards your sides. And then inhale. Either stay here supporting with your hands or floating your arms straight up. Exhale, reach out, 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 and then bow forward. Again, you can always take a block and rest your head. Slowly rising back up. Lean back. Uncross. Give your legs a little wiggle. Loosen through your thighs. Okay. First, bend your knees. Step your feet flat on the mat or ground. And then send your knees over to the right. Wiggling left foot over to the left. Maybe even pulling that heel closer towards your hip. Lifting through your heart. Stay here or cross your right ankle on top if you did it on the other side. And then lowering down maybe to the forearms or even all the way out, spine on the ground. Slowly rising, coming out of this. Okay. And then swinging that left leg all the way around to step outside of your right knee, wiggling your right knee to point directly forward. Okay. And then inhale, I'm sweeping up, twisting open to the left side, hook your elbow and kind of wiggle your knee up the back of your arm. And then sit tall, 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 tall. As you root seat down, 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 and then open. Either staying here or taking that back arm all the way around your back, maybe holding onto your opposite hip. Breathe into your back ribs a lot. Another breath here. Exhale as you unwind and then keep going, keep turning, keep spiraling. Go over to the right and bow. Getting into those backside tissues. You can rock, you can move. Good. And then inhale, rising up. Double pigeon. So left ankle on top. Make sure to wiggle that bottom shin to be parallel to the front edge of your mat as well. Taking any sort of modification you might have done on the other side. Fingertips supporting as you sit tall, tall, tall for your spine. Inhale, arms reaching. Extending all the way out and down. Maybe that block comes under your forehead. Up, sit tall, lean back, extending your legs out, give them that little wiggle. You might even take your nice closed fist and just do little soft pats and pounds, especially on your outer hips, on your thighs. Get your IT band that runs along outer hip to outer knee. Very good. Once you feel satisfied with that, you can bend your knees, find your way onto your back. Drawing your right knee into your chest and your left knee into your chest. Rock yourself side to side, really massaging your low spine, massaging your outer hips. And then take one hand on each knee, like on your kneecaps themselves, and pull your knees into your chest. And then keeping your knees together, send them over towards the right, and then all the way towards the front of the mat, and then send them over to the left and back into your chest. So big circles, you're circling around your sacrum, massaging the outer edges of your sacrum. Go in the opposite direction. Pausing, arms down by your sides. Okay, so we're gonna move into a shoulder stand. So if there's any reason you don't wanna be going upside down today, then you don't have to. I would suggest for you to actually find a wall and just put your legs up the wall. It's a very relaxed, easy, restorative inversion, okay, where you still have the feet above your heart. If you're going for shoulder stand, kind of wiggle your arms in by your side body, already starting to wiggle shoulder blades together underneath. Okay, palms pressing down into the mat. Begin to give yourself a little bit of momentum, drawing your knees, your thighs into your belly, your chest, lifting your hips off the ground. And then the next time they're lifted, hands come whoop, to the back of your pelvis. Pause. Wiggle your shoulder blades together even a little bit more. You even feel your arms walking in towards your side waist a little bit. Your hips will naturally lift. Keep your knees bent and start to walk your hands up your back towards your back ribs. You might even find you can open a little more through your chest, walk shoulder blades together. Then and only then, you start to straighten your legs and extending them up. If you start to feel too much pressure in your neck, or you start to get those like blurry, starry eyes because you're blocking oxygen, then walk your hands back towards like the back of your pelvis. Bring less weight off of your shoulders, off of your neck, and just kind of sit your hips into your hands. Otherwise, if you're fine, you can walk hands all the way up mid-back. You might even walk them up a little more than you have them already. Keep lengthening up through your thighs, lengthening up through your toes. Now you can either hang out here in shoulder stand, or if you'd like to come into plow, you can bring one leg dropping over your head and then the other. Your feet might touch the ground, and if they do, kind of push your hips up towards the sky, but push it back through your heels. If your feet don't touch the ground, totally fine. Really sit the back of your pelvis into your hands. Okay? If you're in plow and you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can bend your knees and hug your ears with your knees. Okay, if you're in shoulder stand still, you can bend your knees, pull them back into your chest. If you are in plow, just give a little bend into your knees, relax your on your back. Just have your hands there as like just a gentle guiding support. And then everyone start to roll your spine back down onto the ground. Pausing with your knees at your chest. Opening your arms to a T. Set your feet down onto the ground. Lift your hips and then swing your whole pelvis over towards the right and set your hips down. So you feel a little wonky. Your hips will be on the right side of your mat while your chest is still in the center of your mat. And then draw your knees back into your chest and twist. Drop your legs over to the left side. Now, being here, you can either stay just like this, or if it's available to you, you might kick your legs out straight. Maybe you even grab a hold of the pinky side edge of your foot with your left hand. And if you do that, see if you can press your top leg even a little bit longer than your bottom leg. And really what happens is that they then start to line up. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, melt all of this. Rebend your knees. Come back to center. Set your feet down. Lift your hips. Pause, center first. Set down. And then lift your hips. Swing pelvis to the left. Set your hips down on the left side of your mat. Draw your knees into your chest. And drop your knees to the right. Either staying like so or kicking your legs out straight. One more breath. Rebend your knees if they're straight. Lift yourself center. Come back to the center of your mat with hips. Lift hips, lower hips. Full happy baby. Hugging your knees together. Wrap arms around your shins. Curl into a small. Hug everything in. And then exhale, relax your chest down. Feet to the mat. Extend your legs out for Shavasana. You can use any props that you would like to support, to bring comfort, to bring warmth. Palms to the sky. Shoulder blades wiggle down your back just a little bit so you're spacious through your top shoulder, side neck. Give your feet, your thighs a little wiggle. Shake out anything they might still be holding on to from this practice. And then just let them go flop, loose, heavy. And release control of your breath. Not trying to make it any one way or another. You're just sensing the natural rhythm of your breath. As it naturally flows through you.
Open your mouth, release it out. Feel that wash over your whole body. Wiggling your fingers, your toes. Rolling your wrists, your ankles. You might even take a big stretch through your whole body. And then melt, soften. Bend your knees and roll over onto your side, pausing there for a moment. And then slowly pressing yourself all the way up, finding a comfortable seat. Just bringing your hands together in front of your heart. This final act of devotion, an offering of your devotion to self, to this greater teacher that exists within each and every one of us, that is you, that courses through you, and that is available to you always. Breathe into that knowing, into your heart, fully receiving that. And then exhale, bowing all the way forward and down. Bowing in deep gratitude and reverence for this body, this practice, this space to practice in together, and this space inside for you to practice anytime you choose to go in. And then rising up, bring your thumbs to third eye. The spirit in me sees, honors, and loves the spirit in you. Namaste. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
Perfect.
Perfect. Just That's what I needed, Hannah.
Good. So glad.
Have a wonderful afternoon, a good weekend.
Thank you. You too. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.